Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials finished up 27, NASDAQ up 66, S&P's up 8.5. We got our man, Mr. Nico de Haan, in studio today. And folks, if you haven't heard Nico and Paige's show, it's an outstanding show. You want to get healthy, stay healthy. Every Tuesday, Thursday, 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. You can get their show. You can do it right on your cell phone, too, folks. And, of course, everything's archived. You go to TFNN.com. You hit Tiger TV. And as you come over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see right in the top of the carousel, save $25 this month when you sign up for Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. Okay, so what's happening, brother?
Hey, everything's good. Everything's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoying the shows, and life is great.
Life is great, man. Life just keeps going, doesn't it?
It does. If you're healthy, it keeps going.
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm on here, really, is because I want people to try the Primal Edge. And it's really important because today, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything.
You have nothing.
That's for sure.
So, what is Primal Edge?
Okay. A few years ago, I've been buying all kinds of vitamins.
Sure.
And I
like
wanted,
many people. Like
yeah,
many people,
just like
right?
many
Everyone,
people.
if you want to be healthy, you try a lot of different things,
yeah,
right?
I find myself spending like $250, $300.
Okay.
And it was just getting too much, and I was getting the best.
Okay.
I was using Mark Sisson's stuff,
Yeah.
and other people's stuff. I was trying different stuff, and I was never really satisfied. First of all, there's lots of capsules and things,
Yeah.
and I didn't want that. And when I was starting my show, when Paige started coming on, she started talking about this fulvic and humic acid
Okay.
that you need to open your cells up to allow the good stuff in and take the bad stuff out.
Interesting.
Because
Okay.
there's a
So it's about
symbiotic relationship that's
Okay.
going on in your body, and your cells are just not going to open up for anything, especially with the type of food that we have in our modern living today.
Okay.
It's not the same kind of food it was that our ancestors ate, or that we even ate, maybe your grandmother or
Okay.
my grandmother.
Okay.
Things have changed because everything is packaged, everything is
Sure.
processed, and we're trying to get
Well,
away
I think,
from
you know, there's no doubt, and both of us remember, you know, in the supermarket with everything being fresh and things going rotten pretty quickly. And then all of a sudden,
and that's a nightmare to a retailer.
right? And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like the tomatoes are lasted forever. And I was always wondering, oh, now they're nice and pretty. And remember, they were always never pretty, but
Yeah.
they tasted
Well,
great.
They learned how to pick them before they actually
Yeah.
ripen them and stuff, and you know, all that stuff that you do to them, and the bug spray and
Sure.
the genetic engineering that's
Sure.
going on is not good for us.
Okay.
It's just not what we were always. You know, for thousands of years, we were in the pristine forest and the flatlands and everything, and everything was good because we got it from the wild. When we started farming, we know that genetically we're not the same type of people. We're not as healthy. So the best thing is always out in the wild because it takes care of itself. This has 360 different ingredients that we
Organic,
need to be
cell-ready,
healthy.
liquid ingredients.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
liquid. I wanted liquid because it's easy to take.
Yeah.
The fulvic humic acid has that earthy type of taste to it. I happen to like it.
No, it's good. No, I know it's good.
I know you take it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got all the essential vitamins and minerals in there, and it's got a lot of other good things in there that we know is plants or medicine. And
So the key is that you take this and and this goes into your cells, right? Because you're talking about opening your cells versus closing your cells when we're eating food, right?
yeah, well, the food has to be broken down by your body. And
Right.
we know that because of the food, the type of food that we're having, it's not as good as it used to be. So you need to supplement just to get those vitamins
Right.
and minerals. Because, you know, our ancestors probably had 130 different species of animals they ate and probably 200 or 300 different types of plants that they ate. Now we eat 6 vegetables and 2 or 3 different kinds of meat.
Yeah.
And you know,
If that.
Yeah, if that. And do we know if they're eating their right food?
Right.
You know, because they're feeding, in our modern living, we need to make money, so we need the profit going up. So
Yeah.
the worst thing is, like you said, fresh food is not very profitable.
Right.
So
Right.
the only profitable food out there is stuff that you can get rid of or keep on the shelf for years.
Yeah. Have you gone to Whole Foods yet since Amazon took it over?
No, but I know it's just changing. I mean, the price
Yeah.
is insane. I
That-
hope it lasts.
I know, because that's
you
going to
know,
get intriguing, man.
definitely.
You know, Whole Foods folks, they took it over Monday, and they came down on some prices. Well, they came down on 39% on apples. They make
Yeah.
too much money on apples anyway.
Well, the thing that bothers me, if they're going to continue on this, is we're not going to see the food that we're getting until it arrives. And a lot of people are pretty, you know, when I go and get a melon. I want to squeeze the melon before I pick it out and get it. So that puts a crimp in my style.
Well, you're going to be able to do that at Whole Foods.
Yeah, but I mean, they'll deliver it for you. Is it the same thing that you're getting that you picked out?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, those are things.
No,
if you're really talking about food, we're talking about getting the best that we can. So we inspect it. We make sure it's good. I even go deeper. I want to find out what the animals are eating and where the stuff is grown and whether it's with pesticides.
Right.
But I know I'm still not getting enough, and this is where the Primal Edge comes in. And this is really the best time, Tom, to get this. $25 off the price.
Yeah.
So if you're a subscriber and you already get this, you can get an extra bottle too.
Okay.
Because it's...
So let's walk them through it. So you're at the front page of TFNN, folks, and you know we've done this only one other time, I believe. Right? We've done it twice. Okay.
Yeah, we do it a couple times a year.
Okay. So the way it works, folks, is that you do a monthly ship. You're going to get $25 off in the first bottle. So you pay only $64 versus $89. Now, does a bottle last a month? Is this how it's supposed to work?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Then you can double up and take more, so that's why it's handy to have an extra bottle around.
Yeah.
Or if you want to turn somebody on, it's a great little present to give them. Hey,
right.
You know.
Right. And you know the key is, no doubt, is staying healthy.
That's for sure.
Staying healthy.
That's what I'm all about.
You take a cap a day, right?
Yeah.
Is that you take a cap a day?
I use a shot glass at home, but the cap is the same thing.
Okay. And it tastes great too, by the way, folks. Okay.
And it works. You can feel it. I mean, you're on this thing for a month. You're going to know that you've changed something in your life.
Right. Right.
So that's how important
when
it
you're
is.
talking about $89, so what ends up happening is that if you do the monthly auto ship, is it?
It's $89 a month after the first month.
After the first month, okay. And so so check it out, folks, on the front page of TFNN. Now, since I got him in here, right, I'm gonna pull a quick one on him, because I'm not pulling a quick one on you, but I really am.
Okay.
Because the other night, right, we were somewhere and someone said, have you seen the movie What the Health?
Yeah.
And I remember you mentioning it, okay?
Definitely, yeah.
So we go home, Bridget, Livy, and myself. So picture Livy's 13, folks, right? And we're watching What the Health, right? Now, the first thing that, now picture, we're all meat hounds, right? I mean, in a big way, too, right? Okay. So, and Bridget and I, of course, you know, we love the butter over the coffee. I mean, we like fat. So what ends up happening, folks, so we're watching the movie, and the first thing that we see is that, and Nico had mentioned something that, you know, that he thought it was by the grain companies that were putting it out. But so I said that to Bridget anyway. I said, well, let's watch it anyway, okay? And the way they started it out with, of course, all the processed meats.
Right.
You know, that are terrible for you. But I think everyone knows they're terrible. It was kind of intriguing watching how the whole thing was starting out. Meaning, so talk to me about what you think about.
Most of the studies that were on there, in fact, I think all the studies that they were talking about processed meat, they were talking about these factory farms, and they were talking about things like Spam, and you know, I don't know what's in those things because I don't eat those things.
No one does,
Yeah. You really have to look deep into these things because, I mean, that's quite a compelling movie. It was really done well, and I've heard a lot of people saying, well, I'm not having meat anymore because of this.
Yeah, Nico and I are going to be right back, but check this out, folks. So, we watched that early, and that night, we all three of us had salad. So stay right there. Nico and I are coming right back, folks.
That's funny.
Welcome back, folks. Nico de Haan, Tom O'Brien, we do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Don't forget, folks, Nico, Paige, they got a great show every Tuesday, Thursday, 7 in the morning. Get up, hit TFNN, whether it's on your cell phone, on your computer. You're going to get, you want to stay healthy. We were just talking Primal Edge. We have a special on Primal Edge. You can check it out right in the front page of TFNN. You save $25. And I want to talk a little bit more health. I want to talk.
So the movie was really based on a few studies that took people who were eating basically really bad food, and then you switch them over to just about anything that's healthy. Like, yeah, and mostly what they were switching them to was vegetables and some grains and things like that.
Right.
So you take anybody off a really bad diet and put them on just about anything that's clean, it's going to be okay.
Sure.
And you're
right.
going to see results.
Right.
So, and this is one of the reasons why vegetarianism is kind of a draw, because you do get that initial rush. You're starting to clean up your life.
Right.
You're probably even looking at other aspects of your life, like maybe I should do a little exercise. Maybe I should
That's
walk
right.
before dinner or after
Yep.
dinner. Maybe the water I'm drinking is not good. So a lot of things can happen in these studies. But if you take a study of just the average American diet and put them on any type of clean, what I call food, whether it's a paleo, primal, the kind of stuff that I eat, or whether it's a vegetarian, or whether it's somewhere in between, you're going to improve the quality of life. Now, what our show is all about is how do you sustain that through your
Right.
lifetime. And the last 20
Make
to
it a
50 years,
lifestyle. Right.
make it a lifestyle. And what we're saying is that the only real lifestyle that has been proven was the ones that our ancestors ate. Local food from their area that was seasonal. And we know the animals were picking out their own food, so they know what to eat. We're the only species that seems to get lost in that.
Well, you know, and folks, when you're watching this film, the film is What the Health. If you end up watching it,
It's on Amazon right now, so,
okay, so
watch it.
Yeah, what I really
education.
want you to pay attention to, though, and this is the question for you. So they were talking about diabetes, and it seemed that they were being not truthful in the aspect of
Well, they were saying that meat causes and sugar causes diabetes.
Well, but they were saying that no.
The sugar doesn't really mean that much.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, one of the doctors said that it doesn't matter what diet you're on as long as you stick to it.
Yeah, right.
Well,
which made no sense to me.
No, well,
Right.
if you're on a bad diet and you stick to it, that's no good.
You're done.
Yeah.
And then the aspect of what ends up happening, and Nico and Paige talk about this a lot, and I happen to work out with Nico a lot, so for years now. So
definitely for years.
And the key is with your body, you want your body working off fat, not off the sugar. Because what happens is
every species of animal on this planet runs off of fat. Now, some convert the carbohydrates, like a cow converts those things. They have bacteria in that converts that to what they can use as ketones.
Okay.
And that's basically the bacteria pooping in their stomach, and that bacteria creates other bacteria, and there's a symbiotic relationship that takes place, and that's all converted to fat that the cow runs on. We're the only species, because of our modern staple food has changed. Because our staple, think about it, if you're going to survive in the woods, anywhere, miles from people, and you're killing your own food, you're going to be eating grubs and insects and all these proteins that are out there, and you're probably going to catch some small animals and a big animal if you score it really good. And you'll eat some greens because you know what you're eating, perhaps.
Sure.
If you're a little bit wise about plants. But to me, plants are medicine. They're real powerful, but you have to know what they are, and a little bit goes a long way. Our staple has always been the animal food, and mostly not the meat. Mostly the organs and the blood and all those other things. So stuff that is completely foreign to us. But that's what we grew up on as indigenous people everywhere.
Yeah, right.
And slowly but surely, agriculture, about 7,000 to 10,000 years ago, we started using agriculture to save our lives because the fauna was gone because of climate change, because of the ice ages and things like that. So to live through an ice age, not too many animals around maybe, they're scarcer, we've hunted them all, and you happen to have these grains that you kept and it's saving your life, and now you think, oh my God, this is from the gods, it saved me. Right. So now let's make it a staple. Besides, we can travel with it. It makes great for war. You can get your whole army fed.
Right. Right.
But animals are not good for war.
Right.
Because they get chased away when, you know. I mean, it's just, so you think the whole world has changed because agriculture has put us into this modern system of locking up a food, having policemen around, and having a government to protect that, or a church in some instances. And that's how our modern society has worked.
Well, the intriguing thing that, you know, if we go back to it. We're watching the film, folks, so we end up all of us eating salads that night, and most of it had to do with between inside the film, and there's no doubt, and believe me, we buy organic everything, and it had to do with the amount of chickens and the amount of pigs and what they showed there. And I knew that. Do you know what I mean? But it's disgusting. Okay, so it can keep you
There
keep
are
away
other ways of doing that. If you have a factory where you jam all these things together, the chickens can't even stand up.
Right.
They're not healthy, so you have to fill them with hormones and you have to fill them with antibiotics. So if you let the chicken run wild, it picks its own food, and then you can catch the chicken.
Right.
Not as profitable.
Right. Oh, no, for sure. It's not even close. It's not even close. Now, the intriguing thing here goes like this. So picture this. So in the household, we're all talking about and saying, okay, now you got to eat vegetables. And I'm going to bring you back to a story, and some of you folks know the story. I was trading with a guy in 1994, right? This is how far I'm going back. So picture this. I'm living in Boston, and we're trading up in Waltham. And we're trading S&Ps every day, I think. We're trading everything. But bottom line, we're back at the house, and I'm cooking, right? And so Tommy at that point, well, he was 14, right? Caitlin's 12, right? So I'm taking all the vegetables, and I'm, cleaning all the vegetables, right? And he looks at me, right? He starts laughing. He says, "What are you doing?" Now, pitch this. This guy, folks, well, we were all kids at that point. His parents, but he had inherited the farm. He owned one of the biggest blueberry farms in Maine. Oh. Okay? Yeah. And he was down in Boston trading. He'd go back and forth on weekends. He'd stay down for a week and go back. Bottom line, he says, "Do you know what we do to that stuff?" Right? I looked at him. I said, "What are you talking about?" He says...
To the pigs?
No, to the vegetables, right? Yeah. He says, "Do you know what crap we spray and all this stuff?"
Did he say that? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sitting there cooking dinner for us, right? And that was one of the biggest heads up. I mean, here's a guy that has one of the biggest blueberry farms in Maine. And by the way, folks, that's where, in Northeast, they make millions. There's big money up there.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just such a heads up. So I'm always cognizant of even, when you're a vegetarian, it's like, okay, what have they sprayed on this stuff that we're eating too, right?
Remember too that the vegetarians are not really eating. I mean, I think people in the paleo are probably eating more vegetables than that, because the people who are the vegans and that are eating a lot of grains.
Yeah, right.
So lots of bread and pastas and things like that. Those are the things that get us into trouble.
Right.
Because these are the things that spike our sugar, which stops the fat burning. So we start being a sugar burner. Then you get hungry more often. So it's a violent highway that you're going down when you do that. It's just not a healthy thing, and that's where diabetes finally is the last straw.
So every Tuesday, every Thursday, folks, 7 in the morning, you're getting up, having breakfast, listen to the show. You're going to learn so much. You and Paige,
living a primal lifestyle.
Right. You learn so much. It's phenomenal. It's Living a Primal Lifestyle. You can get it on archive, get it on YouTube, get it live right here. Thanks, brother.
Thanks.
Have a great one.
Primal Edge, folks.
That's right. It's a beautiful thing. Stay right there, folks. Coming back with a few more numbers. Cool, man.
Thanks, man.